about investing in the US, keep watching this video because I'm going to dive into a couple of commonly asked questions that are coming from our private calls with some of our investors. And I want to be able to bring them to the forefront here and share some of those questions and answers with you and kind of dive into them. And if you have any questions at all throughout this video, make sure you leave it in the comment section below and I'll be happy to answer them. And like I said, if you want to meet with us, work with us, partner with us, there's a number of different opportunities that you have. We have a real estate investing savvy real estate investor toolkit, a course that are launching that dives into all of this and so much more to get started with your real estate portfolio, or most importantly, working on an efficient productivity basis so you can have multiple business and multiple work and still work without burning out. And that's what this course is about. And if you want to have early access and get a massive discount, check out the description below. And if you want to work with us, we are real estate agents here in the GTA, and we have access to agents around the world in 24 countries at the time of this recording. And if you want us to introduce you to other real estate agents who are investor focused, connect with us. We're happy to do that referral. And if you have any questions at all, if you want to partner with us and grow your portfolio hands-free, stress-free, and joint venture with us, click on the link in the description below and make sure you book a call with us, and I'm happy to chat with you. So let's talk a little bit about investing as a Canadian national in the US. Some of the questions that are coming up in our private calls, and I want to bring them to, like I said, to the forefront here and be able to answer them. One of the questions we get is, what are the tax implications as a Canadian investor investing in the US? There's so many ways to look at this. I am not a tax professional, just a disclaimer, and I'm not a cross-border specialist, so I recommend that you connect with an experienced cross-border specialist whose specialty is in that state, because state to states matter. And it's really important that they have experience working with national Canadian investors who are looking to purchase property in their state. And make sure you answer them questions and make sure you talk to your Canadian accountant as well, who's going to do your paperwork for you, because every person's tax is different. However, there are ways to avoid taxes. If really there isn't, but there are different ways that you could pay much less and avoid getting double taxed. There's different ways to go about this, and I recommend you talk to your tax professional, because it might differ from person to person. To make sure you do legally, make sure you do properly, and you follow all the rules and laws that are there to protect you and your partners. And so there are different ways to do this, and I recommend you talk to a professional. It's really important who you're working with, and that is why Josh and I in joint venture, we are the working partners, we are the knowledge partners. We do all of that work for you. You literally make money while you sleep. We have all of the contacts, everything that worked for us here in Ontario, we've duplicated that in the US. So all of our contacts, every team member and expert that is on our team is vetted. All the due diligence has been done, and you don't have to do any work except partner with us and be that capital partner. Again, I can dive into everything that you need to know, and we can grow a portfolio together and have passive income helping you achieve your financial goals sooner than you think. And the other question I wanted to answer, somebody asked me, is how do you know where to invest? Why did you go to Detroit, Michigan? There's a whole video on this on our YouTube channel about where to invest, why do we choose a certain geographic location, and why we even chose Detroit and Michigan. And honestly, I'm going to be having way more videos coming up in the future, diving deep into this, but essentially, all the economic fundamentals made sense. We are really about finding a city or an area that hasn't quite peaked yet. There's a lot to leverage from. And remember, there's so many ways to win with real estate, everything from mortgage pay down to asset appreciation. You could force it to appreciate property, which is what we're doing by buying distressed properties and we renovate them and force it to appreciate, and then we can refinance and duplicate sooner and quicker than we're able to do in other parts because of also low price. And there's so many opportunities for growth for us to leverage from. And again, tax implication. There's just so many ways that we're being protected and that you can grow. And that is why we chose Detroit. There's lots of other cities that work, that the numbers work. And another reason why we went to Detroit is because we have partners there. We have our team gathered there. And also, because we're new into the US space, and Josh and I are super hands-on, we're doing joint ventures, we have a couple of partners that we're already working with. It's really important. Relationship matters. So for us, it's important that we're checking out the property, we're going and looking at the property with our own eyes. So that's why we haven't quite gone to Texas, Florida, and any other or Atlanta, any other areas that are really further away and south or west of the border. So we went somewhere a little bit closer. We can still drive to it. And again, because we're just starting to get our feet wet, we're the project managers in buying these properties together, right? We are the working partners, so it's really important that we're doing a lot of the legwork to protect our partners and ourselves. And we do a full walkthrough of the property before closing. We get the inspector in. We're asking a lot of the questions with our property managers for a number of reasons. Not only we're asking them about what they would rent for, even though we already have an idea of what the property would rent for. Section 8, making sure it's up to code. We go through the whole checklist with them and so much more. And someone asked me, why Detroit when you could look for elsewhere? Why would I look for elsewhere when the city that I worked makes sense in every single way? It's lack of a better analogy. When you find a gold mine, why would you go look for another gold mine, if that makes sense? And something for us with Detroit too is that economic fundamentals work, like I mentioned, for GDP growth, property prices increasing, rental prices increasing, employment, the amount being invested into the city, population growth, just a lot of key indicators that we look at and which can show you when we meet together about everything that we look at when we invest in an area. And that's what we do as real estate agents as well. If you're looking for a property, we ask to make sure that we're taking all of your needs and we're finding them in the environment that you're looking for. And the other question, commonly asked questions that we always get is, where do you find these properties? And how do you get access to these properties, especially off-market deals? It's really about finding the right relationship, finding the right people who have access to these properties. We are realtors. We're able to look at properties as well in the areas that we have access to, but we also work with agents. Remember, the reason we started investing in the US is because of our partnership with my brokerage. Our brokerage, we're in 24 countries, and most of my agents, I have a team of 40 agents, and most of them are in the US. So I got to learn a lot about the US market, and I realized it was an untapped space for us, and it's something that we got comfortable with, we got to know, and we had a lot of partners who were there to help us. So that's how we got access to a lot of properties, one. And two, we also partnered with a number of different companies who are already in the US, who are already working with Canadian nationals and Canadian investors. They know exactly how this works, and they have access to a lot of these, kind of like a hybrid of wholesalers, but they're also contractor, mixed contractors, giving a lot of control to us, making sure that we're not getting scammed, fraud, a lot of due diligence in place because they've done this again and again. And all of our team partners can work together. They're super knowledgeable. They primarily work with investors, and we get access to these properties and so much more. I can really dive into this so much more. But essentially, those are really commonly 3 questions that keep coming up in a lot of the calls that I'm doing, and I want to come on here and share them with you. And I have so much more to come on here and share as a lot of these questions come up. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. I'll be happy to answer them. And if you have any questions at all, make sure you leave it. Again, connect with us, book a call with us as well. And if you want to work with us, if you want to help buy your property, help you sell your properties, if you want to partner with us and buy and duplicate together and buy and grow a portfolio together, connect with us. We're looking for partners around the world. And also, if you want to learn this and do this on your own and be your own project manager, and if you have no idea where to start, we have a course that is about to launch in the next couple of weeks. And if you want to get access and get a massive discount, this is your chance. Click on the description below and check that out. If you have any questions, connect with us. My name is Tarmila Rajasingham. I'm a real estate investor, real estate agent, and global team leader with eXp Realty Brokerage. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you like this video, and the notification bell to get more updates on video like this. I will see you next time.